Cool. All right. Got the audio back because for some reason when I hold on. Let me just hold on. Give me a second. What is going on, freedom fighters? Welcome back to another live stream here on Break the Chains Media. Today is We Are Change Wednesday, March 11th, 2026. Hot damn, here we are. Welcome to the stream. It's sunny, it's bright. I mean, we got this whole thing over here is just glowing with the momentary sun coming from the west of the Rockies here, coming into my studio. It's fine, it's great. Audio's going good, live stream's going good. We are crushing it. Couldn't ask for a better day to be with you here right now on Break the Chains Media. It's going to be a rant. It's going to be a free ball event here. No holds barred. Hell in the Cell. Rage in a Cage. Tabletop 3D ladders and cages. And Hell in the Cell WWF style match here on the live stream because I'm just ranting. I'm going off of it. We're running on the seams of our pants. We got some great things to touch on today. The Colorado Democrats shelved the prostitution bill, so that is a win. What is going on, Sherry? Appreciate you being here. Rock and roll. You get that little treasure chest. Appreciate you being here on the live stream. Thank you for being a participant of my YouTube. And share this video with all your friends and family because that's how we grow the channel. That's how we grow the news. That's how we make the Mile High Media a thing. We gotta be the active participants in the prospects of a Mile High renaissance here in Colorado because we got a lot of stuff happening here in this state. A lot of corruption, a lot of evil, a lot of backdoor BS that I am sick and tired of, which is why this stream's going to be a little bit more avant-garde, a little bit more nuanced, a little bit more free form, more than usual. So thank you all for being here. Appreciate everyone on Rumble. Appreciate everyone. You know what? I've got a phone call coming in right now. We're just going to answer it. We're just going to answer it because we're going to see what it is all about. Hello. Nope, just kidding. Because this is what we do. This is in real time. I am the producer. I am the content creator. I am the man, the myth, the legend here on Break the Chains Media. You're seeing it all happen here in real time. So yeah, the Democrats shelved the prostitution bill, Senate Bill 097. So that's a win for Colorado. Shout out to us. I know it's going to come back here in about a year. Now, the next legislative session, they're going to redraft it. They're going to propose it again in a new angle, in a new light. So we're going to get into that. We are also going to talk about Jenna Griswold and her multi-state lawsuit calling ICE the presence of ICE at polling facilities is a voter suppression tactic by the Trump administration. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to address all of those things and just kind of have my own little thoughts about just where things are and where the world's sitting right now. Stankfail, appreciate you being here. You get that treasure chest too. Rock and roll. We're having a good time. We're living the best life here in the Mile High City, in the Mile High State, Centennial State. So if it's the 250th birthday of the United States this year, it is the 150th birthday of Colorado. So what is it? A semi-sequencentennial, sequicentennial. It's a very difficult word to say for the 250th birthday of America, but it's the 150th anniversary of Colorado. So we're celebrating 150 years this year. So pat yourselves on the back. We're what is it, 6 generations strong, give or take. So thank you for all the Colorado residents. Thank you for all the Colorado natives holding it down here in the four squares of the Colorado state here. But if this is the first time joining Break the Chains Media, smash that thumbs up button. Be a part of the Chain Gang. Be a part of the Chain Breakers here on the live stream. We do live streams Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Post shorts, post clips, post Currently, I'm doing a rant. I'm currently doing a theme with all of my testimonies. So if you enjoy my testimonies, I know some of these testimonies that I've been putting out have been a little bit more satirical. They've been a little bit more funny, a little bit more lighthearted, but it still addresses the point and the concern that's in contention when it comes to Colorado legislation. I try to bring up real issues and real concerns in a different light, in a different angle, in a different perspective. So the last ones I did, the excise tax on cigars using anti-gun rhetoric. I also talked about how we can reduce testicular torsion in women's sports to 0 if we pass these certain bills. So I try to come in these new angles, in this new lensing of leftist legislation. So if you like that kind of stuff, I do post those short videos as well on Instagram, on Rumble, YouTube, you name it. But breakthechains.media, that is the website, that is the landing page. All the social media links are here. Realm Walker Hot Sauce, the official, unofficial sponsor of Break the Chains Media. Get yourself a bottle of Realm Walker Hot Sauce. Travel the 9 realms of Norse mythology through hot sauce. From mild to extreme heat, we got the greens that are a little bit more mild, but the reds and the browns, those are going to be the spicier ones. All hand bottled, homemade here in Colorado. I grow the peppers myself, make the hot sauce myself. If you want to support the stream, support the work I do, the reports I make and the videos I do, everything I'm trying to get involved, trying to move that needle towards freedom, towards liberty, against corruption, against Marxism, against this cultural communist revolution that's happening across the country and in Colorado. Support the channel by picking up a bottle of Realm Walker Hot Sauce. Follow them on Instagram at Realm Walker Hot Sauce, or reach out to Break the Chains Media. Myself, we'll get you a bottle, we'll get you going. But without further ado, we're jumping into it. We're making it happen here. So shout out to everyone involved. I see a bunch of people in Rumble. Shout out Rumble. Say hello in the chat. We got a good group of people on YouTube. I know my regulars. Thank you for being here. So say hello. Be a part of the chat. So without further ado, we are getting right into it. Colorado, folks, listen up, because I'm sick. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not taking it anymore. But here's where we're sitting right now, okay? Obviously, if you've lived under a rock, you have no idea who Secretary of State Jenna Griswold, the Grizz. You know her, you love her. But she's corrupt. She's been running our elections, and she's been in the Secretary of State's office since 2018 here in Colorado. An absolute, literal demon here in Colorado. So, she's come out. She's tried to keep Trump off the ballot. She tried to keep Donald Trump off the ballot in 2024 because of his insurrection tactics, right? She tried to sue to make sure that the Trump administration was no longer going to be participating in this insurrection tactic post his what's it called? Oh my gosh, drawing a blank. The January 6th. Oh my gosh, Trump January 6th insurrection. Get out of here. So keep him off the ballot. Secretary of State Jenna Griswold decided to do that. She got shot down 9-0. She's a trash individual, right? But here, she's coming out now. Jenna Griswold is coming out now, coming from a statement, the news release, a few days ago. Colorado Secretary of State Jenna Griswold leads a letter seeking confirmation of Homeland Security policy on ICE at the polling facilities. Now, folks, anybody just looking at this without any prior knowledge, might say, you know what? That actually sounds like it could be a good thing, understanding that, we don't want this level of intimidation at our voting booths, at our polling locations. And, rightfully so. We don't want to see this level of mounted tyranny. Oh my gosh, we're dealing with so much tyranny in the world. Folks, if Colorado had such a gold standard of election process, why is Jenna Griswold trying to seek confirmation about ICE involvement at polling facilities? If we didn't have illegals, if we didn't have questionable individuals involved and operating within our elections, what is the issue of ICE standing and operating near and around polling facilities. Oh my gosh, it's intimidation tactics. It's voter suppression, you say. Shame on that. That is a fascist regime institutionalized terror campaign from the Trump administration. Well, maybe you shouldn't have illegals signed up on the voter rolls. Maybe you should actually clean the voter rolls and make sure that people participating in our voting system is actually, they are who they say they are. We actually have citizens operating and voting within our elections. If you want to make sure, folks, I'm sorry. I'm going to take a beat. I know it's super bright. I'm going to take a beat here, though. Listen. Maybe this is a hot take. Maybe this might be a hot take, but why are we defending stupid people voting? Why are we, the United States of America, allowing literal retards to vote in our elections? The reason that our elections are as broken as they are is because we've got low propensity voters, we've got idiots who vote on single issues, we've got people pandering to their emotions, and they walk into the ballot and say, this person's a bad guy, so I'm going to vote against him because I don't like him. Is that really the kind of people, is that really the kind of population that we should be allowing to participate in a national election that determines the direction of our entire country's future? These are the real questions, folks. Understanding that stupid people have put us in the position that we're in now. So when we have people in power, people in positions of power, when we have people in positions of power like Jenna Griswold claiming that there will be voter suppression and voter intimidation because ICE is standing near polling facilities, what's the more pertinent issue? What is the more pertinent issue? Is it ICE standing in front of a polling facility? Or is it the fact that we have low propensity, literal room temperature IQ individuals voting in our election process who don't know their ass from their elbow, who vote on emotion, who vote on single issues, who might not even be legal to vote in our country in the first place, participating in our election process? What's more detrimental and what's more harmful to our nation as a whole? That's the real question. And Secretary of State Jenna Griswold sitting here seeking confirmation of Homeland Security policy on ICE at polling locations. March 9th, 2026. Today, Secretary of State Jenna Griswold announced that Colorado, along with 8 other states, have sent letters to the Secretary of Homeland Security nominee, Markwayne Mullin, seeking confirmation that immigration enforcement agents would not be at polling locations during the 2026 election cycle. This letter follows comments made by both former Secretary Noem and Department of Homeland Security staff in recent days. Quote, Trump and his administration have used ICE to terrorize and intimidate Americans. Immigration officials must not be used to intimidate voters, said Secretary Griswold. We are calling on the nominated Secretary of Homeland Security, Markwayne Mullin, to confirm in writing that there will not be an ICE presence near voting locations in the 2026 cycle. And I respond to Jenna Griswold with one simple question. If Colorado was the gold standard of elections, as you yourself, Jenna Griswold, claim, then why are you demanding that ICE not be present at polling locations? Illegal immigrants are already not able to vote in U.S. elections, right, Jenna Griswold? What is it? You're speaking out of two angles. You're speaking out of two sides of your mouth here, Griswold. The fact that on one hand you say ICE is participating in voter suppression and voter intimidation, and you don't want to have these individuals standing at polling locations because it suppresses the vote. ICE is here to round up illegal immigrants. So why would it be an intimidation tactic to citizens of the United States participating in our state and national elections? If I wasn't an illegal immigrant, I wouldn't give two shits. I would have no reason to worry about ICE being at a polling facility if I was a resident and a legal citizen of the United States of America. See, do you understand what I'm saying? So Jenna Griswold is a two-faced, lying communist scumbag, and she's sitting here pulpiting this narrative that it's a form of voter suppression and intimidation tactics. If we have such a gold standard, illegal immigrants shouldn't even be near the polling locations, right, Griswold? What's it gonna be? What's the real beef about it, right? So, yeah, a little pissed off about that, a little annoyed on that. You can actually see some of these fucking retards in here, excuse me, but, you know, there's a lot of people in here saying like, oh, well, there's no evidence, no evidence of voter fraud, no evidence of voter suppression. How, you know, it's, you know, I'm sitting here just trying to level with these people, saying, why are we defending stupid people voting? If you don't know what you're voting on, you shouldn't even have a position to vote, in my opinion. In my opinion, we need to have a hell of a lot more strict rules when it comes to voter eligibility in the United States of America. This is why we got to the position that we're in right now. The current state of affairs are because we have fucking retards voting in our election. We got certified idiots, room temperature IQ individuals who eat nothing but Soylent, who eat fast food, who eat garbage, don't even know how to fucking talk to an individual, don't even know how to speak in public. These people are voting for our elected officials, and the elected officials propagate that. The elected officials want these low IQ individuals voting in elections because that allows for the padding, that allows for the manipulation, that allows for the consolidation of power when these corrupt and compromised individuals get appointed to their positions through the broken voter process, through the broken election process. You get stupid people signing up, stupid people voting in corrupt individuals. Really? That's amazing. Stankfail. I've been too busy doing this, that, these other things. That's crazy that Crowder's talking about. Maybe we're there's a cosmic level of understanding and awareness that comes in. I didn't even watch Crowder this morning. Dude, Stouffer. 100%, dude. 100%, man. I shouldn't have been voting 20 plus years ago. 100% agree. If I could take back several of my votes in prior elections, I would. Because I was an ill-educated, an ill-informed voter. I was a person that was voting on emotion, voting on principle, voting on cult of personality. Right? I don't want stupid people voting. This is how we got here. You got idiots. You got idiots voting for corrupt individuals who perpetuate the idiocracy that allow for the facilitation and the legislative body. When you get legislators in, like for example, right now, okay, this is the second part of the live stream. Colorado shelves prostitution bill. Okay, why do they shelve it? Because it doesn't have enough votes in the House, right? Well, you think about why doesn't Colorado have enough votes to pass a statewide prostitution decriminalization bill? Let's think about this for 2 seconds. Because a statewide decriminalization of prostitution requires the most inept and retarded legislative individuals voting on that. They don't understand their position in politics. They vote, and these people that get in office vote with cult-like, once they get appointed their representative or senator position, they vote party line. They vote for this progressive agenda. They vote for this Marxist agenda. Yeah, Sherry, I'm right there with you. I voted for Obama in 08. I'll admit it. Shame me. Gandalf, what do you got to say? Gandalf, what do you got to say to me and all the people who were duped into voting for Obama in 2008? Gandalf, what do you got to say? Shame me. Shame me. I know. It's terrible. It's terrible. Right? I will admit defeat. I will know when I did wrong. And to be fair, there's an argument to be had about moving the goalposts and moving the globalist agenda forward. But if you didn't catch my live stream yesterday, I'm going to summarize it really quick with you, and then we'll shift gears into the second half of the live stream. But folks, I went on about a 20-minute rant yesterday about globalism versus nationalism, about globalism versus localism, and how we as an individual, how you have the most capability to formulate and function yourself forward in a position of liberty, freedom, values, and how your efforts are way more applicable in your local and state communities. And you have much more sway. You have much more political weight in your state, county, and local offices, operating in a level that you can maintain in your jurisdiction, in the immediate area around you. When we're talking about global issues like the war in Iran, or the talk conversation about greater Israel and foreign affairs, maybe Trump's working with the Saudis, you name it, folks, it's all that shit's gonna keep going. And you know what? I see Trump being a net positive on the situation, because I do believe the biggest fight right now is we are fighting a multipolar globalist agenda, an agenda built by the Rothschilds, the Klaus Schwabs, the George Soros types, all of this globalist scaled individuals. They were the UN, Agenda 21 that turned into Agenda 2030, that's turned into the United Nations 17 Social Development Goals. There are so many globalist narratives that pulpit this multipolar world where they had to knock down America from off its pedestal, right? In order for the globalist multipolar world to operate properly, they had to knock America off its pedestal, chop it down at its knees, bring it to heel. The American unipolar hegemony was the biggest roadblock in the globalist agenda. And the foundation of that ethos comes from the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and our form of government. So how do you take over a nation that's formulated, that's quintessentially and fundamentally anti-globalist? How do you operate a nation? How do you co-opt a nation that was, its founding principles was anti-globalism and anti-multipolar world? You have to destroy it from within. So what they're doing right now is destroying us from within, from our state legislatures, from our corrupted individuals, from Secretary of State Jenna Griswold, and of the like. Katie Hobbs, you got Gretchen Whitmer, you got Mondami, you've got Letitia James, Alvin Bragg, so many different individuals, corrupt mind, Judge Boasberg, you name it. There are individuals within our institutions right now that have been formulating and attacking America from within, chipping away at the institutions that made America great. That's how you destroy America from within. You take it down from the inside. And while Trump might not be perfect, I do think that there's a fundamental change in the long term of a world order. And I'll use that term loosely. But a world order that's fundamentally shifted away from the globalist hegemony of China, right? We need to bring back American manufacturing, American trade, American independence. And how we do that, how do we do that? We start by acknowledging the corrupt individuals in our state and in our House and in our legislature at the local level. You got Secretary of State Jenna Griswold defying federal orders. You got Phil Weiser on his 58th lawsuit against the federal Trump administration. Give me a break, okay? This is the fight that we're talking about here, folks. And then on top of that, you got the social political infighting of all the different lemmings that are like, there's no rampant display of voter fraud. There's no mountains of evidence and corruption. And all you election deniers are all part of the same, cut from the same cloth. You maggots, you extremists, folks. If you still believe that our elections are safe and secure, I got a fucking bridge to sell you, my friends. Honestly. Okay? I could keep ranting about it. It pisses me off, but we're shifting gears because this is the energy. We're riding this energy. Right? Stouffer84 says Republicans were trying to ban certain video games, artists, and same speech of the early 2000s. So it was tough. Absolutely. But see, this is when you are educated, when you are read in, when you understand the larger polarizing swings, right? No, it's true. What was it? I remember when I was in middle school, high school. What was it? That dumb bitch. What was her name? Oh my God, they had skits about her on SNL and Mad TV. She was part of the explicit advisory content for all the music videos and all of the DVDs. The holier than thou pearl clutching Republicans back in the early 2000s. They went very hard on censoring of speech and censoring of, oh, but think of the children. Oh, well, this is so dangerous. Eminem is who was the bitch, dude? Honestly, I feel like it started with an R. Oh my gosh, the parental. Like, I'm trying, like, it's on the tip of my tongue. Marilyn Manson was banned. It was Eminem that was banned. It was, I mean, they even had it for, like Rage Against the Machine. And, like, oh my gosh, why am I, it's bothering me that I can't think of the chick's name. It was, like, late 90s. But she looked like a no, like, dude, I have to, so, Mad TV, like, it was Mad TV. I'm finding it right now. Mad TV, dude, it was like a one-worded name that started with an R. I don't want to say it was like, fuck, dude, I'm drawing a blank. Dude, no, maybe this is it. No, Common Sense TV. No, fuck. It's gonna bother me now. It's really gonna bother me, but I guess we'll just keep rolling because, you know, obviously I can't think about it, but you know who I'm talking about. Just some dumb bitch trying to censor people. That's par for the course, right? Let's just keep rolling because this is what we're doing. I'll probably think of it in a minute. It'll be like I keep wanting to say Rush Limbaugh, but I know that's not the right answer. It was like it wasn't Meryl Streep because I know she's an actress, but it was like, was it Tipper Gore? Was it Tipper Gore? I think it was. Hold on. I think it was Tipper Gore. Now that it's just like, was that it? Was it Tipper Gore? Was she, I know that's Al Gore's wife, but was she the one? Was this it? Yeah, I think this was it. Hold on. Seeking to rid music. Oh, this is from 2025. This is published in 2025. Seeking to rid music of offensive content, Tipper Gore's parents' music resource center used the filthy 15 to bring their cause to the Senate. Well, that is a very old picture of what's his name? Fucking Twisted Sister. Tipper Gore. Yeah, see, I think sometimes I think I'm crazy, but I'm not really crazy. But yeah, Tipper Gore was the one that was going hard on the parental advisory warnings, right? Pam Howard, together with 3 other prominent conservative housewives, Susan Baker, Pam Howard, Tipper formed the Parents Music Resource Center, and they compiled Filthy 15, a list of songs they found most objectionable, and Prince topped the list. Yeah, I remember them being a Saturday Night Live clip, as well as it's Dee Snider, yeah. So this is from 1984.
To some parents in the 1980s, Dee Snider of Twisted Sister was the most dangerous guy on the planet. This was when metal met its first organized attack.
Hold on, really quick. If y'all, I know the 80s were a little bit of a different time, but if we're gonna think that Twisted Sister was quote unquote metal, man, dude, I have some songs that I'd love to show Twisted Sister, and those that think Twisted Sister being metal was in light to the metal music that I listen to today. But let's continue.
Other metal bands were placed on a list called the Filthy 15 because their music was deemed offensive by the Parents Music Resource Center.
Yeah.
Dee Snider was summoned to testify before the U.S. Congress to defend his music.
Long time ago, too. Anti-establishment, man. I'm probably gonna get a screen grab or a copyright strike because I'm playing Dee Snider. Don't come after me, Dee. But no, I'm glad we found that. But yes, that was a whole time to be alive, folks. This is back in the day. They were going hard. I mean, like, they did the same things, like I said, to Eminem, to Snoop Dogg, to a lot of the rap industry. I mean, this is nothing new. So that being said, Stouffer, I think the point I was trying to make with that, the whole conversation of the pendulum swinging, right? So every 20 or so years, we get this pendulum swing moving one way to another. In the late 80s, early 90s, arguably we could probably have a conversation about the Democrats being the counterculture to the establishment guard of Bush Sr., of Nixon, of this Reagan era type restructuring of old guard Republican ideology and corporatism since the 80s, right? And the Republican ethos kind of took hold in that early 80 era, late 70s, early 80s, and you got to see that Republicanism on the forefront of political conversation in the terms of America. So as it stands, the Democrats, the progressives, the leftists, I don't even think they were leftists at the time. They just weren't the social norm. They weren't the structured norm. So it was cool to be a liberal in the early 90s, late 90s, to defy that established culture of republicanism, trickle-down economics, this whole conversation, right? Well, fast forward to the modern era today, and you're seeing I wouldn't want to say a repeat, but I would say it rhymes. It's a similar flavor that we're looking at the establishment guard being the Obama era, right? The Obama era, we had Clinton, and then we had Obama. Well, excuse me, Clinton, and then Bush, and then Obama. However, Bush during that time frame, it wasn't really any much different than Clinton. When you think about it, outside of the war on terror, but they used the 9/11. That's a whole other conversation. But Obama really galvanized this social fabric of equity and multiculturalism and diversity and everything that we're kind of opposed to today. And you see Trump bucking that system. You see the quote unquote the MAGA energy bucking that old guard system, right? And I don't want to say that like I am counter. I don't consider myself establishment as far as the Republican Guard, but I also don't see myself as a mentally deranged libtard. It's in Stouffer. I think you just took the words out of my mouth. Before Trump, I saw them all as a uniparty. I agree with that, 100%. I also still have my reservations about Trump, and I do think that there is a degree that Trump might still be operating within that uniparty, but tying that into my conversation regarding a multipolar world with China, Russia, the UK, the US as a multipolar economic bloc, institutionalized global control, I do see that the globalist narrative is anti-Trump. Trump is trying to retain unipolar hegemonic power of the United States in the global markets, in the global economy, whether it be through trade routes, through military involvement, through protections, through institutionalized order. Wow, I'm still recording? Holy shit. All right, never mind. I recorded that whole thing. I didn't even realize I was recording that long. Anyways, no, I do think that while I still think that there might be some inkling that there is still a uniparty aspect to Trump, I'm a betting man, and I would bet that Trump's end goal is to make America resilient to a global order where China takes control. Trump is against America losing its foothold as a unipolar hegemonic power in the economic structure of the world. The globalist agenda is to turn America into a nation of consumers and stupid people who think that our election process and our institutionalized government process, everyone can have it, and the lowest common denominator institutes that power. And the Democrats promote that. The Democrats ride on that. They want the dumbest people to participate in the most important institutions. And the Democrats rely on that to make sure that they remain in power to perpetuate a useless eater-consumer society in America. That's what I see. So I think Trump is defying that. Trump is fighting back against that. Dude, I recommend looking into China's 3-war doctrine. I will actually look at that. I will check that. I'll pin that. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong. If you know more than I do, I think I think what I'm speaking right now is the most logical path. It makes the most sense to me. Trump might not be the saint that some people, some MAGA diehards think he is, but I also don't think that he's selling out America to the globalists, to the baby eaters, to the evil demons who want to rule this world and take control of the world in which this third dimensional reality, this world of free will, this plane of existence that we have as human beings to live out our free will, to live out our lives. These demons, these evil people, these globalists, these wretched goblins who want to control every aspect of our lives. They want to control us. And Trump's just trying to buy us more time so we the people can rise up against all of the evil that's coming up in the world right now. We're fighting it right now. And if you're not participating in this fight, Trump's asking people to step up, to participate, to understand that there is evil in the world. Trump's not going to save us. No one else is going to save us. What did I post in the beginning? Your attention, please. No one is coming to save you. This life is 100% your responsibility. Please plan accordingly. That's what I think. That's where we're sitting right now. So when I see people like Jenna Griswold, when I see the Democrats shelving their prostitution bill effort amid growing criticism, look at this fucking goon. Look at this goon. This is the guy. This is the guy that was trying to promote and trying to decriminalize prostitution in the state of Colorado. Colorado Democrat shelves prostitution decriminalization effort amid growing criticism. He couldn't even muster enough votes in a progressive-leaning legislature in the state of Colorado. That goes to show you that we, the people, can stand up against ridiculous and insane bills just like this. We've got to stand up, make your voices heard, be a participant in the process. Don't just let politics pass you by, because politics is going to keep grinding us down to a nice fine powder if we don't stand up and if we don't push ourselves back. We don't push back. Do something, participate, get involved. So I'm glad that this bill was shelved. Okay? This whole and I was hesitant because today would have been the day. Today would have been the day I had to testify in opposition to this. I had this signed up, ready to go, testimony ready to go. But I'm glad that this idiot shelved it. Okay? This is the world that we're living in, folks. And these Democrats are going to reintroduce this bill next session. They're going to reword it. They're going to rewrite it. They're going to make it all different, fluff it up, sell it to the public, right? They're going to find what worked and what didn't work, and they're going to reintroduce a decriminalization of prostitution bill next session. You watch, but you have to be the participant. You have to be the one that watches their process. Stay involved in the process so you can stand up and participate and defy against it. That's the win. Consider this a win. This is a good day. This is a good day, folks. Yeah, so I think, I can keep ranting, and I know everyone. I appreciate everyone here. Stankfail, I appreciate you. Treasure Chest, Stoper84, Rock and Roll. I hope you enjoy that hot sauce. You let me know what that hot sauce is treating you like. I mean, don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty sure it's the best damn hot sauce you'd have. Stankfail says, and I'm assuming this is regarding to Trump, he can't be all good because he's human. He's the only one willing to fight for Americans on a global stage. Absolutely. Fucking A right, dude. Let's go. That is accurate information right there. Stankfail. No, I appreciate that. And it's well said. I'm obviously I can talk about anything for a ridiculous amount of time. I need someone to stand in this room with me with a fucking squirt bottle to just squirt me and be like, shit, stop. I'll stop. Like, this is, like, that's the kind of, I can just keep going, man. You know it. But I think that it really comes down to harnessing this energy. We gotta Tai Chi. We gotta feng shui this energy, right? I'm wrapping up here. Is there anything else I need to talk about? No, it's the same shit. Look at these fucking idiots. No. I'm landing the plane, folks, because I've almost rambled on for almost an hour. I was only thinking about doing fucking 30 minutes. Here we are. Appreciate everyone being here. But no, honestly, we've got to feng shui this. Is it feng shui? Tai Chi? It's all about flow, right? The yin-yang energy of harnessing, formulating, redirecting, and then Kamehameha, or whatever they say in the fucking Dragon Ball Z or Naruto world, whatever those animes say. I don't watch too much animes. My son does. I don't. But honestly, folks, this is the energy. Understanding gathering this cosmic energy that's happening around us in real time, and we're gonna digest that. We're gonna absorb that, harness it, redirect that, redistribute that. You want to redistribute some wealth? You want to talk about socialized redistribution of wealth? Talking about redistribution or the redistribution. We'll talk about the redistribution of cosmic energy. Wow! And we fucking push that shit forward for freedom, for truth, for justice, for the American way. And I'm not Superman. None of us are. But we have to participate. If we're allowing stupid people to vote, we've got to have 10 more intelligent people lined up behind them. If we're gonna let Jenna Griswold, the corrupt Secretary of State here in Colorado, if we're gonna let other Secretary of States undermine our election process because they think ICE is intimidating voters or voter suppression, if we're going to allow their rhetoric to perpetuate, we need to make sure that educated and intelligent people are participating in the process to outnumber the idiots that vote on emotion, that vote on single issue, that vote on party lines. They vote blue no matter who, right? Yeah. Let me see here. We are landing this plane, but I wanted to raid. Who are we gonna raid? Who's live right now? I mean, obviously we've got the let me see if it's do we have Badlands? Yeah, we're gonna go raid Badlands because we can. Is it yeah, it's a shipwreck show. We're just gonna raid her because she's on. Badlands is great. Gotta rep some other smaller streams, some other smaller creators, because we can always go to the default. We can always end up at default, beanie compound, but I want to support the smaller creators here, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about. Name that movie, folks, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about. Come on down to Zelensky's. Name that movie. First person that can name the movie in the chat wins a digital high five. Like this? No, it's slash. And then it's that. Cool. All right, folks. I appreciate everyone being here. Stouffer84, rock and roll. I love that you like the hot sauce. Make sure you tell your friends and family about it. Hell yeah, Stouffer. That's my guy. Digital high five. Bam. Just for you. That's my guy. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. One of the best. Tommy Boy, Billy Madison, Austin Powers, Ace Ventura. Old school stuff. The classics. You could even, throw in, shit. What else do we have? I don't know. Keep going. We can keep going on it. But, all right, folks. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you hanging out. We will see you next time. Keep an eye out. Share this video with your friends and family. And pick up a bottle of Realm Walker Hot Sauce at Realm Walker Hot Sauce on Instagram. Rock and roll. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you soon.